In my last video, we went through the numbers 10 through 6 for Toronto's top 10 area rankings in the city. Let's go through the top 5 and drop a comment down below. If you're ever curious about a more in-depth outlook on these areas and the properties that are located in those areas, you can book a call with me in the description down below. Coming in at number 5, Wellington Place with a score of 89.3, and this is anchored by the newest development in the city and maybe one of the best in my personal opinion. The Well. It's an awesome indoor-outdoor style mall with a ton of amenities right on site. Wellington Place also encompasses areas like King West and your close to Spadina, which gives you pretty decent access on TTC transit. This area has plenty of bars, restaurants, cafes. In fact, one of the most per capita in the city. Wellington Place is pretty interesting because when looking at price points, this is the Toronto CO1 waterfront communities. There's a ton of condos, and most notably you have City Place, which is south of Front Street on the south side of the tracks. It even includes Wellington and King West when it comes to these price points. If we're looking at a single family detached home in this area, this is about $1 million, and I would say that it's pretty subjective to a low count of sales for December 2023. If you look at April, this was pushing 1.5 million. When it comes to townhouses, about 939,000, which is a mix of both stacked townhouses and full townhouses. And for condos, 785,000 on average. And always important to note that a condo in King West, for example, will perform at a higher price per square foot than something in City Place, typically on average. So just something to keep in mind there when looking at these average price points. So if you're looking for City Place, great location and plenty of buildings in and around that area, you're looking at a lower price point than something in King West. And generally in King West, you're getting a more boutique style building, not a super high skyscraper style building. Coming in at number 4, we have Avondale with a score of 89.7. And this area is at Yonge and Shepherd, which is also great access to the 401. There's great subway access, and Yonge Street has bike lanes to get up and down the street as well. There's plenty of condos in the area and also some bungalows and some nice rebuilt houses, a bit of a mix as well. If we look at the pricing in Avondale, one thing we'll notice is there are no condos on this list. We have townhouses coming in around $620,000, single family attached, which is semi-detached, coming in around $820,000, and single family homes coming in around just under $1,927,000, and pretty typical bungalows in this area for the most part if you were taking a look at what type of properties are located up in this area. Coming in at number 3, Runnymede Bloor West Village, and I admittedly must say that this is one of my personal best favorites in the city. With a score of 90.2, Runnymede Bloor West is that perfect mix of quiet and lively in the city. You have access to the subway on Bloor Street and plenty of restaurants, cafes, and plenty of independent shops, which make it really cool if you want to just walk out on a Sunday afternoon and grab anything from the bakery or the butcher. With High Park in walking distance and close to trendy Roncesvalles and the Junction, Runnymede Bloor West gives that perfect mix of city life while also being a great family neighborhood with plenty of amazing schools. For Runnymede Bloor West Village, in this pocket of Bloor West Village, there are no condos that come in on the benchmark pricing. There are condos in Bloor West, but located more in the High Park area. For townhouses, you're looking at $820,000 on average on a benchmark price, semi-detached in and around that $1.4 million mark, and detached coming in around $1.75 million. Coming in at number 2, West Queen West with a score of 90.5. And this one is a little bit interesting because it does encompass 3 or 4 areas, 2 of which we've already spoken about in the top 10. Now, Queen West does have plenty of trendy shops and independent shops. It was voted one of the coolest areas in the world by Vogue magazine. You're close to trendy Bellwoods and plenty of food and cafes in the area. You can also get any kind of shopping done and any kind of beauty things done, which it does mention here in the article. Queen West is one of those areas that you can do basically anything you want when it comes to the city of Toronto, if you're either going for the day or if you live in the area and just want to jump out and explore the streets. Plenty of amazing, beautiful homes and lots of really nice condos as well. Now, I pulled this up for the Queen West area map because, as mentioned, a few of these are already on the top 10 list. Trinity Bellwoods, Palmerston, Little Italy, and Little Portugal would basically round out the Trinity Bellwoods West Queen West area. Dufferin Grove and Roncy also coming into play. As you continue along Queen West here, you will hit all 5 of these areas, and to be honest, they're all pretty amazing in their own way. way, and they all have pretty similar price points when it comes to properties. Now, if we take a look at what these price points look at, you have condos coming in around $714,000. Notably, the townhouses seem to have performed a little bit better in December than the semi-detached, but it also could be because maybe there weren't as many sales in the semi-detached. Typically, properties in this area move quite quickly, especially if they're in great condition. Same thing when it comes to the detached market 1.3, and knowing these areas really well, these properties don't come up super often. As you see in the charts at earlier in the year when the better properties were on the market, they would still get really good activity when it comes to pricing. You're looking around 1.6 for a detached and around 1.4 for a semi-detached as well. Okay, coming in at number 1, we have the Danforth. And I don't know if you've noticed that my last name is very close to a Greek drink called ouzo. Well, ouzos is a Greek last name, and the Danforth is definitely Greek town when it comes to the city of Toronto. There's plenty of high quality schools, restaurants, cafes, and some of the best food in the city. And with a score of 90.6, it ranks consistently good in every category. You have great access to the subway line, which can get you downtown really easily. And you also have some beautiful homes. You might not find many condos in the Danforth, but that home feel is definitely in the area. And again, if you are looking for some food, that is the place to check out for some authentic, amazing Greek cuisine. And the last piece I'll say is I hope they bring back the Taste of Danforth, because that's a pretty awesome event and definitely worth checking out if you're in the city of Toronto. So number 1 on the list, as mentioned in the Danforth, not a ton of condos. And on this list, we have no condos on the benchmark pricing or townhouses. Single family detached homes, you're looking around 1.4, 1.45 million, and single family semi-detached, looking anywhere from that 1.25 to 1.3 on a benchmark price 1.275 average. That rounds out the top 10 best areas in the city of Toronto. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think of the top 10 and what you would add to that top 10 list. Maybe take an area from another part of the rankings. I'm Michael Luzes. Thanks for watching.